Hi there. Today we're talking about using the Java C, which is the Java compiler executable, and using the Java executable, same thing as the Java virtual machine, from the command prompt to run Java programs. Before we do any of this stuff today, we need to back up and we need to understand two concepts. We need to know what source files are, and we need to know what compiled files are. So in, source files usually have a .vb extension if you're dealing with Visual Basic, and compiled files from Visual Basic usually have a .exe extension. Likewise for Java, source files will always have a .java extension, and compiled files will have a .class extension. The best way to illustrate these two concepts is just to jump in and show you what they are. So we're going to use Visual Basic here. Let me go ahead and open that up. So my students last year used Visual Basic, and they are familiar with this, so this is a good starting place. So we're going to say new program here, new project, and we're going to call this Crow Program. All right. So if you're familiar with the Visual Basic IDE, the Integrated Development Environment, you'll know that to create a simple program, you start with a form and you just go to your toolbox and you can drag and drop control. Let's drag and drop a button in here. And I'm just going to change this to exit. And if let's say I want code for this program, if somebody clicks on this exit button, I want the program to exit, so I have to add code in there. So I'm going to double click on this. It'll bring the code up for that control, and now I can just type me.close, which is the code that will close the program. So this right here, this form1.vb, this is a source file because right now I'm inside this file and I can edit it and I can change the code. To actually have this program run, I have to compile it. To do that in Visual Basic, you just click the debug button, which is this green play button up here, and it'll do its thing. It'll take a while. Here we are. Here's my compiled program. Here it is, Form1. If I click on exit, it should exit, and there it is. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to save this. I'm going to go to Save All. I'm just going to save it as a Crow program. And I'm going to go ahead and exit out of here. So let's go to the folder where this stuff was created. So notice that inside here I've got Crow program, and here's my form1.vb. I can actually go into here with Notepad, so I'm going to say open with Notepad, and notice that here's my code, and I can edit this if I want to. I can change form1 to form2 or whatever. So this is my source file because I can come in here and I can actually edit my code. However, I cannot directly run the program from this. I had to compile it, and once it's compiled, it's a different file. So I'm going to show you the compiled file here, which is crowprogram.exe. So I can double click on this and here the program actually runs because it's been compiled. I'm going to click exit. If I was to go into this using Notepad, I'm going to try that right now. Now if I went into crowprogram.exe with Notepad, notice how there's just a bunch of weird stuff in there. It's just a lot of machine language, and these are all the instructions that tell the Windows operating system what to do. So obviously I cannot edit this because this is the compiled file right here. So we've got the, let's say no. We've got the compiled file right here, which is the .exe, and then we've also got the source file, which is the form1.vb. Likewise, you have source files for Java, and you also have executable files. Source files for Java have a .java extension, .java extension, and I can actually go into them. This is one right here. I can go into them with Notepad. So here's Java code that I can edit. But in order for me to run this program, I first have to compile it. It has to be compiled into a different file. So to do that, I'm going to use this Java C executable right here, and then once it's compiled, I'll be able to use this Java virtual machine program right here, this Java executable. So I'm going to go into my command prompt. We're going to type cmd. Oh, I'm already in there. Okay, here we go. cd to Documents and Settings, cd to my file, and here I am, namestring2.java. So to compile this, I type java c space name string 2.java. It'll take a while, but once it's finished, it will actually compile that file, and I will have a compiled Java file. Here it is, namestring2.class. So all compiled Java files have a .class extension. So now to run that .class file, all I have to do is type java name string 2. So here's my file. What is your name? Mr. Crow. Mr. Crow has 11 characters. So this was just a simple program that takes a string of text and then counts how many characters it has and then tells you, displays the results on the screen. So again today, we were working with both the Java C executable and the Java executable that we run from the command prompt, and we focused on source files and compiled files. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you later.